I'm gonna say my piece because I know Seamus is gonna watch this shit. I'm still envious and still extremely jealous that he gets a perfect, like he gets his character adapted the way it's supposed to be, while when I ask for something from Marvel, I get shafted on. All right. I wanted Scar to be in the MCU, even though like I didn't expect it to happen, like the Hood. But
like when they had the leaked pictures of the Hood, I was like, wow, that looks like the Hood. And then when Scar came up, I was like, oh my god, Mikey's gonna be pissed. That doesn't look like Scar.
At least.
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck.
Welcome to the Last Minute Reaction, where we react to things with little to no preparation. I'm Mikey.
I'm Rebecca.
This time, it's a little late. It's a little late because I was talking to Rebecca off camera. I didn't know if I wanted to do this or not because honestly, didn't think people cared.
Boom. Roasted.
I personally didn't really care.
Boom. Roasted.
Ironheart, the Riri Williams show that has been in development for like ever. I feel like, yeah, Rebecca, I don't even remember. We kind of mentioned the show. I don't know for how long. I mean, I remember the first time I talked about this show was on Students of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Let's get on to Ironheart. I don't care about that either.
Why? All right, Ironheart.
I like her.
Why though? Why though?
I feel like we were a little surprised this didn't end up getting canceled in that wave of changes that happened like a year or two back.
Yeah, I honestly thought this show got shelved. And then I remember last year when we did like our San Diego Comic-Con coverage, they announced that the show's still happening, and they got like Ryan Coogler, who's producing the show. Which again, if people don't know who Ryan Coogler is, go watch Sinners. The fact that he believes in this, I'm like, okay. I'll peek it. And I did we said this in our Black Panther review Wakanda Forever review a while back, but like we thought Riri Williams was good. That we thought that Dominique Thorne, who plays her, did a really good job, and what Coogler did with her was pretty good. Definitely better than how she was introduced in the comics for sure. Because that's one of the reasons why I didn't care about this announcement when it was announced, because I didn't really like Riri Williams when she was introduced in the comics. It felt very rushed in, very forced, but eventually over time, with the character, she had her own series. And then I liked her a lot more when she was on the Champions team.
Like you, I read Champions for a while, so I'm familiar with her there. I've kind of always been indifferent to her. Like, I know a lot of people hate her, including you a little bit, or at least you did.
I don't hate her.
Got him. We fucking got him.
I did hate her at first, and then she grew on me. So yeah.
But I think she's fine. I think people overreact to a lot of that kind of stuff anyway. But I think she's serviceable for what she is. I'm not personally that invested in her, but I don't really care too much about like the Iron Man family to begin with.
Hello? For real?
What the hell's going on here?
Welcome, Riri. In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
Your interview. You'll suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor.
I would love it if this series was just a Saw
Good
ripoff.
luck.
That'd be hilarious.
Screw this.
Well, that's cool though.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So
There he is.
he went around. Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up. Waiting
problem
to be
digging it.
acknowledged
I'm
for your
digging it.
greatness.
You are not the first genius at MIT. How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable, something
Important?
iconic.
It's a brand new.
I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision.
But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Oh wow, let's go.
What will you do, Riri?
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew.
I could chew a lot.
Woo! That's sick.
You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that.
This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
The trailer is better than I expected it to be, which, to be fair, I didn't have like a ton of expectations. But I like that it seems like they're going in a like almost like a villain arc kind of way. Like I doubt that's where it's going to end up because it's a superhero show. She's going to end up the hero more than likely. But I like that's kind of diving into that. If you want to build your Iron Man suit, you're going to have to get a little unethical about it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty a little bit. I kind of like that angle, where it's like what would you sacrifice to be like quote unquote like iconic? It's kind of low-key. It's kind of what what the movie Him is doing. The movie Him that's coming out with Jordan Peele.
Oh, the like football one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see too with this. Speaking of like being an icon, I guess. How that ties in with also being like a legacy character.
True. Yeah.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Armor Wars got canceled, right?
I'm not sure.
What happened to that?
Yeah, I'm not sure of. I heard either it got canceled or it's just becoming a movie instead.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
Like we know she's still an Iron Man character. How is she like differentiating herself? Is what I want to see.
Tony Stark literally was a warmonger, like and a weapons profiteer, and then had a good heart after what he experienced in Afghanistan and became Iron Man. While here it's like, she, did her thing in Wakanda with Shuri, but now has to get her hands dirty in order to become the hero that she wants to be because that requires money and funding, which she doesn't have. Tony Stark had that obviously.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
So right. I think that's kind of a good way to differentiate how they become heroes is through their circumstances and how to get there. I think that's a good step, to portray that theme.
I feel like after Wakanda Forever, and granted it's been a while since I've seen it, we still don't fully know Riri, which is why we're getting the show in the first place. So I think there's plenty of room to explore her character and her motivations in this.
Absolutely.
A few moments later.
But but I like that we get a good amount of our boy Parker Robbins, who is aka the Hood, was played by my boy Anthony Ramos, man. Again, I'm a huge fan of him. He's a good actor, very talented guy. I love his music as well. But like again, out of all the people to portray the Hood of all people, Anthony Ramos, that's crazy. I hate you, Marvel. I hate you so much. Like, when I asked for Scar, y'all give me bullshit with She-Hulk. I can't stand that shit.
It was like a 5-second cameo.
Still garbage. Okay. But yeah, the fact that we're getting this is our introduction to the Hood, which is interesting because the Hood, for people that don't know, is kind of a good blend of like a typical like crime boss character as well as like a supernatural character, because he wears this like cloak that he found off of the dead body of like a demon that he was happened to have killed, and with this hood he's able to like teleport, turn invisible. So like I do like the fact that like, with this show, which again it's been hinted at ever since we've gotten more information and more announcements, that this is going to be a nice little blend of like science and like the supernatural here. Which I think is a really cool idea to take, the story of Ironheart, Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool that he's like running his own inner gang or like his own like think tank, you know. Like, I think it's kind of interesting for them to go that route with him, because he ends up becoming the kingpin of crime at one point in the comics. Like, you know, when Kingpin, you know, falls from grace, you know.
Yeah.
So
I have a feeling that's not going to happen in this with actual Kingpin still running around. But
oh no,
the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here.
Not at all.
I like that he seems like a villain right off the get-go, though.
But he's charismatic, though.
Right. But, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's trying to be, like, a fake-out, like, oh, he's actually a good guy. But, like, you know, it seems like they're like, no, he's a bad guy. You know, you're getting involved with, like, a sketchy guy at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, he's wearing the hood, and he turns invisible. But he has some, like, markings on his back, which hints at, like, because that's the one thing that I find very interesting with the Hood character, which is what Seamus loves about him as well, is the fact that, like, even though it belonged to a demon that Parker killed, it like has a mind of its own, and it can possess him and control him. I'm curious if maybe find out later on, especially when he goes, you know, AWOL and becomes an actual antagonist for Riri, like how much of his actions are actually his own actions, you know, or decisions he makes are actually on his own accord rather than the Hood, you know.
Right. I hope they don't lean into that aspect too much, because I think it kind of weakens characters when they're just possessed by something, which we talked about the same thing with like Multiverse of Madness and Wanda being possessed or not. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't mind the supernatural elements, though. I think that could be an interesting theme, like you were saying, the supernatural versus technological.
2 hours later.
Yeah. Real quick, what do you think of the suit? I think it's cool. It's
I think it's cool. I want to see if they put in the pink or not. You know? Right. Because I kind of feel like they're not gonna do it, but I'd kind of respect them if they make the suit pink.
Yeah, like it's kind of a because again with Wakanda Forever, like I really liked that design they did with their like I guess first suit that she had. And obviously here, I mean, obviously this is gonna be her suit when she gets like a little bit more money from, you know, the operation. But because I think you can see here, and I remember seeing this one in like the set photos, but this is gonna be like her first. It's gonna be like her Mark II, and then she'll get that other suit later on. I would assume. But yeah, and this is kind of more of a design that was kind of close to what she had in like her initial debut, where it was a lot more kind of like Iron Man Mark I, a lot more clunkier.
Right.
So yeah, I think this like proto suit here, and then this Mark II, and then the Mark III that we just passed over to. I think that's a cool design. But if they do go pink though, that'd be crazy. You know, that'd be kind of wild.
I feel like they're not going to do it because it's like too feminine, but that's kind of why I want to see it. You know.
It's woke.
Stupid! I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
I think it's kind of like this.
Yeah, it's in the middle. Yeah.
I'm still like whatever about the character. I'm not super invested at this point. If people say it's good, then I'll probably check it out. But I don't have Disney Plus right now, so unless that changes, I'm probably not going to go too out of my way to track it down. But like I said, it did still look better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. I mean, because I have Disney Plus, so I'll give it a shot. I am curious though, because I've been hearing some rumors. I think it's been rumored for a while with this show that one of the characters that might show up in this is maybe Mephisto, because I heard some Mephisto.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Overall, I'm gonna check it out. And we'll see if you want to talk about it, we'll probably review it. People think that she's the only smart black girl in Marvel Comics that's like paving the way.
Where you plug a Moon Girl.
Absolutely. I am a Moon Girl fan, all right? Moon Girl did it first. She's one of like, I think she's like the top 5 like smartest people in the Marvel Comics period, and she gets no light. She gets no shine. She had an amazing show, and they canceled it because, you know, Disney's a bunch of freaking haters.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!